When you can spend 40,000 naira, why spend $100 on a winter jacket? You don't want to go to a different country where you're supposed to be glowing up, you're glowing down. No. It's not like all those like aspire to perspire people, but it's fine. Hi guys, it's Paul. Welcome back to Jinx vs. Your Girl. I'm come back again with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you some tips and tricks of how to japa effectively. The first thing that I think you should do is consider the different types of visas, the different types of entry into a different country. There's express visa, there's a study route, there's a work route. Depending on what you're coming for, depending on when you're coming, this would be a really important discovery. It would be something that you have to do. Now this video is going to be like the study route way or the student way, because that's how I came and that's what I know. I don't want to give advice on an experience that I didn't go through. So if you didn't come that way or that's not what you want to do, maybe watch a different video. But yeah, this is for students trying to go, and I think it will apply to different countries. So if you want to travel out, if you want to japa through the study routes, then this video is for you. Number one, timing. Now this is something I did not have nearly enough of, and I regret it. You need time. You need time for your visa processing. You need time to gather resources. You need time to pack, and you need time to settle down. I'm gonna break that down. You need time to gather resources. What am I talking about? Funds. You need to have a certain amount of proof of funds in an account. You need to have money for tuition. You need to have money for rent, money for housing. You need to have funds. Now you need time to go shopping, to get stuff that you need. Depending on where you're going to, you might need warm clothes, you might need cold clothes, you might need, like if it's like Dubai now, you might need like sand-proof clothes. If it's Canada, you might need snow pants, different things like that. You need time. Then you need time for the visa application process. It will take a couple weeks for them to get back to you. You need to do medicals before you now get a decision. So you need time. And then when you eventually get to the place you're going to, you need time to adjust. You don't want to get there and then resume the next day, which is what I did, or get there and start work the next day or whatever. Like, you need time. So I would say that the first thing that you should consider, the first thing that you should give yourself is time. Budget a year. Okay, I'm going to get out of this country within a year, or six months to a year. Don't think, oh, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. You can. It's just going to be a lot of stress, going to be a lot of work. You're not going to really find your bearing, because right now I'm still trying to find my bearing. Thank God, because I have a base, I have family here, and so it's better. But imagine if I came alone. That would have been, I don't know, I would have gone through a lot. I'm going through a lot, but I will have gone through a lot more. So yeah, time. Secondly, which I already touched on in the first point, is money. You need money to start a new life. You need money to leave the country. You need money to pay for tuition. You need money to rent out a place if you're going to be staying on your own. You need money for transport. You need money for food, shelter, and clothing. You need money. This ties back into time, because if you've given yourself a year, you can work really hard in that year, you can do extra jobs, you can save more, knowing that, oh, this is coming. That was something I was able to do, and so I thank God for that. But you need money. Like, there's nothing like too much money. You need more than much. You need enough money to move countries. You need money to move lives. You need money to start over, and start over well. You don't want to go and then be starving. You don't want to go to a different country where you're supposed to be glowing up, you're glowing down. No. Give yourself time, make a lot of money, or gather a lot of money, or get a lot of money. Those two things, very pivotal, very important. This also ties into the first point. I wrote it in a way that's like sequential, and so it makes sense. So yeah, the next thing you need to do is shopping. I advise that you do your shopping in your country before coming out. Yes, that will reduce the amount of things you can take when it comes to luggage, but it's also much cheaper. I went to Teju Show to get my winter clothes. I'm proud of it. I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm more anti. Yeah. I went to Teju Show, I got it. Some people went to the island, they got it. Some people came to the country of choice and then got it here. It's much more expensive. When you can spend 40,000 naira, why spend $100 on a winter jacket? Just saying. So yeah, you probably want to do your shopping in your home country before leaving, depending on where you're going. Because I came to Canada, I knew I will need warm clothes. If you're going to Dubai, it might be a different conversation for you. If you're going to a place where your naira might be better, or wherever you're coming from, your currency might be better, it will make more sense for you to go and buy your stuff there. So just take the more economic routes when it comes to shopping, but be conscious because you will need to do shopping. Now this next point I think is kind of controversial, but I'd advise or I'd suggest staying with family and friends. Why? You're moving lives, you're moving into a different place, you're starting over, you're starting afresh. You do not want to be thinking about utilities as the first thing in a new country. You don't want to be thinking about, oh, the water bill, oh, the light bill, oh, I have to pay for Wi-Fi, oh, the rent is coming up. You might die. I'm just speaking from perspective, and I'm speaking from my perspective and from a student perspective. You're fresh out of school or you're just about to start school. You do not have that much resources or that much funds or that much money. You might have money, but to be thinking about rent, to be thinking about water bill, light bill, that's a lot. That is a lot. So I advise staying with family or staying with a friend so you can split the bill, or you can help out around the house or something. So that way it like reduces the pressure on you, so that because you're coming here to study. You need to study. You're not going to pay that much tuition and then fail, right? So you have your priorities, and those other things are very important, and they might overshadow your priority. Then you not start doing bad in school because you had to take extra shift at work so you can cover this bill, and you can, it's a lot. So just, even if it's for the first year or the first 2 years or whatever, stay with family, stay with a friend. That way you can like build a sturdy foundation, save up money in your first year, and then branch out and then do what you want, and then maybe live that life, that solitude, maybe branch out on your own, do adult by yourself, whatever. But I strongly advise that you stay with family or stay with friends when leaving to a different country. Now it's a different conversation entirely if you do not have family or friends in that country. I would go back to getting a roommate or somebody to split the bill with, so it's not just on you. But yeah, it's a different country, you don't really know anyone, so that might prove difficult. This is in the cases of where you have family and friends, because I can understand not wanting to live with family and friends. You want to do it by yourself, you want to, trust me, you don't want. My next point, I'm saying my next point because I've forgotten the numbers. Okay, you caught me. But my next point would be to become teachable. Okay, you're in a different place, it's going to be a different culture, it's going to be a different environment, it's going to be different backgrounds, different people, different things. You need to be teachable, you need to be able to learn. You cannot carry, for example, in my case, I can't carry Nigerian ideologies and come to Canada and think that I'm going to thrive in Canada. I'm going to be struggling. Let me use a practical example. Bus transportation. In Nigeria, I get to the bus stop, I'm sure I'll find a bus going to wherever I need to go at the bus stop that I need to be at. Okay. In Canada, you have to check for bus times. If you do not check for bus times and you're going to stand in the bus stop, your next bus might be coming in an hour and you're in the cold. Doesn't make any sense, does it? No, it doesn't. And also schooling. Like now, classes in Nigeria is so much different from classes here. Classes here are interactive. Classes here, you have to talk, you have to be outside. Back in Nigeria, I always sat at the back. If I sit at the back now, I might lose 10% of my grade, because professionalism, talking in class, being active, participating, there's a grade for that. But if I'm like, oh, but I'm like, no, I don't want to be a fickle. Yeah, you would just fail. That's just an example. But yeah, you need to be teachable. You can't do certain things or say certain things in the way that you would have done it at home, because this is not home. this is a different place. You need to learn the different dynamics. You need to be there and be willing so that you can thrive, not just survive. Oh my gosh, I sound like all those like aspire to perspire people, but it's fine. Now this one is a personal thing for me, but alarms should become your best friend, especially considering if the place that you're going to is a different time zone from the place that you're coming from. I'll give you another example. Nigeria is 6 hours ahead of Canada. The first week I came here, I was waking up early in Nigerian time, but was at odd hours here. So I'll be up at 2 a.m. because I usually wake up like 8 in Nigeria, and it would be hard for me to go back to bed, or I would miss the bus because I don't know that this walk is 2 minutes or whatever. So I set alarms for everything, including keeping up with people back home. Yes, you're moving countries. Yes, you're changing lives. Yes, you're starting over. But you always need to have your base. Now, if you don't have a base back home, you can create your base here. But if you do have a base back home, you need to always be in point with them. You need to always be in contact with them, and I struggle with that. So that's why I have alarms. I have alarms to call my friends. I have alarms to call my family. I have alarms to wake up for class. I have alarms for when tests are due, for when assignment is due, different things like that. It might not be alarms that work for you, but you need to find a way to put yourself in check. So for me, that's alarms. For you, it could be writing a note and sticking it at the back of your door, or making a timetable and sticking to that. So just find what works for you to keep you in check, to keep you on time, and to keep you in tune with your base back home, assuming you have one. Now, last but not the least, and I put it last because it's something I'm still working on, but yeah, you need to make your own community. You need to create a base away from your base, because yes, you have people back home, but this is a place that you've come into to now live in. So you need a base here. You need family here, and I don't just mean your actual family. I need friends. I need a community of people that share values with you, that are like-minded to you, a community of people that you enjoy being around, that you can hang out with, that you can learn from, that you can teach. You need that. And yes, I'm still working on that, but I think some people might be right there with me. But yeah, you can't be alone all the time, and you can't always rely on people back home, because the fact is they also have their lives to live. Am I teaching myself right now? Maybe. But anyways, you need to create your own community and have people that you engage with. Today, that's all that I have for you today. This is kind of serious, but I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.